Kirsty was whisked through the sky in a world of colorful fairy dust. She flew over rivers, mountains, trees, and houses, passing fluffy white clouds on the way. Soon she saw the red and white coastal houses of fairyland below her. There was the river winding its way through the green hills. The water sparkled like diamonds in the golden sunshine. The wind was bringing Kirsty down now, close to the silver fairyland palace and its pretty pink towers. Kirsty could see King Oberon and Queen Titania waiting for her with a group of fairies. And next to the queen was someone that Kirsty knew very well. "Rachel!" called Kirsty. Rachel rushed over as Kirsty landed gently on the grass. "I came the same way you did," Rachel exclaimed excitedly, giving Kirsty a hug. "My snow globe broke and the fairy just brought me here. Do you know why?" asked Kirsty. Rachel shook her head as the king and queen and the fairies joined the group. "It's wonderful to see you both, girl," said Queen Titania, smiling, "but I'm afraid we need your help again," she added, looking worried. "I hope you don't mind us bringing you here like this," King Oberon said. "Of course not," Kirsty said eagerly. "Is something wrong?" the Queen said. "I'm afraid that Jack Frost is up to his old tricks again." Rachel looked shocked. "But he promised not to harm the rainbow fairies anymore," she said, glancing up the sky and the ship. The sun had disappeared, and it had turned suddenly chilly. "That's true," Queen Titania replied. "Unfortunately, he didn't promise not to harm our weather fairies." She waved her hand at the 7 fairies standing nearby. "You mean the strange weather is all because of Jack Frost?" asked Kirsty, as the sunshine broke through the gray clouds again. The Queen nodded. "Doodle, our weather vane rooster, is in charge of fairyland weather," she explained. "Doodle's tail is made up of 7 beautiful feathers. Each feather controls one kind of weather. Every morning, Doodle decides the best weather for every part of fairyland," the king went on. "Then he gives each weather fairy the correct feather, and they go out to do their weather work." Rachel and Kirsty were listening hard. "Come with us," said the Queen. "We'll show you what happens." The king and queen led Rachel and Kirsty to a palace gardens and over to a golden pond. The queen scattered some fairy dust onto the water and began fizzing and bubbling. After a moment, the water grew still and clear. A picture began to appear on the surface. It showed a beautiful rooster with a magnificent tail of red, gold, and copper-colored feathers. "That's Doodle," the Queen explained. "Yesterday morning, he planned the weather for Fairyland like he always does." Rachel and Kirsty watched as Doodle flew up to the top of the palace and perched on one of the pink towers. He spun slowly, gazing over the hills of Fairyland. Then he nodded his feathery head and flew down again. "Jack Frost has always helped Doodle and the weather fairies with the winter feather," the king continued. "There's so much work with all the ice and snow and frost. But now it's summer and Jack Frost has nothing to do. So he's bored," the Queen put in. "And that means trouble. Look." Pointing at the picture appearing on the water, Doodle was standing at the palace step waiting for the weather fairies to collect their feathers. Kirsty gasped. "Look, Rachel," she cried. "The goblins!" Rachel remembered the goblins. They were Jack Frost's servants, and they were mean and selfish. They had big feet, pointy noses, and ugly faces. 7 goblins were creeping toward Doodle. The rooster did not see until it was too late. The goblins reached out and snatched Doodle's tail feathers. Then they ran away with the feathers, laughing as they went. "Oh no," said Kirsty as the rooster chased after the goblins. "Poor Doodle." "It gets worse," the queen sighed. The goblins escaped into the human world, and Doodle followed them. And now Doodle is very far away from Fairyland, and without his magic tail feathers, his powers just won't work, she explained. Doodle turned into an ordinary metal weather vane, the king said sadly. "We don't even know where he is now." "We need you to go find the goblins," the queen said. "It's the only way to get Doodle's tail feather back. Until then, Doodle is stuck in your world, and our weather will be all mixed up." She looked up at the sky, and a few raindrops began to fall. "The goblins are causing weather trouble for humans too. Our weather fairies will help you," the king told the girl. "Let me introduce you. Crystal the Snow Fairy, Abigail the Breeze Fairy, Pearl the Cloud Fairy, Goldie the Sunshine Fairy, Evie the Mist Fairy, Storm the Lightning Fairy, and Haley the Rain Fairy." The girls gathered around Rachel and Kirsty. "Pleased to meet you," they cried in sweet voices. "Thank you for helping us. Each weather fairy will help you find your own feather," said the queen. "And you know the goblins are hiding somewhere here." She sprinkled more fairy dust over the water, and the picture changed. Now Rachel and Kirsty could see a pretty town surrounded by lush green fields. "Oh," Kirsty explained, "that's Weatherbury. That's where I live. So that's why we had a snowstorm. It was the goblins." "What snowstorm?" asked Rachel. Kirsty quickly explained. "And I think I know where Doodle is too," she went on. "I think he's a rusty weather vane my dad found at the